Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're at in the world today. Spring break is here. The Steinman family is on vacation. We're in Las Vegas, gonna spend the weekend at the pool. Hope you guys are enjoying your spring break, or at least the start of your spring break, depending on where you're at. I know Oregon spring break ended last week. Washington spring break starts this week. I don't know about Idaho. Maybe we'll find out. We're going to go look at a home in Idaho today, but I hope everyone is off to a good start. Hopefully the internet's working okay. We're streaming off of my phone. It's amazing that you can stream off a phone. Sound is good. Good morning, Gavin. All right. Got my fountain blue cappuccino. Good morning, Uva. I have a real estate agent. We're going to talk about her in a little bit. She's trying to convince me to move to Idaho. I will only move to Idaho if Gavin and Uva will come with me. It's pretty tempting, especially when you look at property taxes, which we're going to look at. All right. I think we're off to the races. Gavin's in to move to Idaho. All right, let's start with our typical housekeeping. I'm running off of just one monitor this morning, so hopefully this works. But let's start with some market statistics. Every week, Gavin Huckins sends over some market data, and that's what we're going to look at this morning. And I just really appreciate Gavin sending this over to me every Saturday. All right, in Clark County, Southwest Washington, we had 212 new listings last week. That's up 1%, pretty flat, but it's still more than we had to go pending. If we're talking cheap property taxes, I'm moving to Hawaii. Are the property taxes cheap in Hawaii? I would imagine they're not, are they? I don't know, I've never looked at property taxes in Hawaii. There's less snow in Hawaii, that's for sure. Okay, so we had 207 homes go pending. So that means they accepted an offer but haven't yet closed yet. So that's good. We added a few more homes than we sold. So that's a good start. We need to keep this trend going. It'll be interesting to see next week what our statistics are. How spring break is going to impact these numbers. My prediction is we're going to have an abnormally busy spring break this year. But we'll see. I kind of feel like we're in that calm before the storm. I've been talking about an early buying season. Gavin's seen it. I see it. You know, activity is up compared to this time last year. And like I said last week, I don't say this very often, but now is the time to buy. I like to say, you know, the right time to buy is when the right opportunity presents itself. Maybe not the case here. If you are looking at making a move, now's the time. We see some negotiating room on homes. We're starting to see multiple offers. Rates are very flat. We're going to look at those in just a second. So I think now's the time. As we get closer to summer, especially if rates continue to improve, we're going to see, I don't know if we're going to see runaway pricing, but we're going to see it harder to negotiate. We're going to see more multiple offers. All right, let's look at some lockbox activity. Every time a real estate agent opens a lockbox on a house, that data is collected, and that's what we're looking at here. For Oregon, down 11.7%, Washington down 10%. I don't know. It doesn't feel like that to me, but we did have a little bit of a drop off. We also had a run of 3 or 4 weeks where lockbox activity was up. This could have a lot to do with spring break. It'll be interesting to see again what Washington's looks like next week. And I could be wrong. You know, people like myself could be out of town. They could be taking advantage of spring break. And we might see more people on vacation this year than last year, so we'll see. All right, let's take a look at interest rates. Again, running off of one monitor this morning, so we'll see if we can get this to work. All right. So all the interest rates I use on the My Mortgage Hound live stream come from this website. Not necessarily the rates my company offers. I want to show the national average, and Mortgage News Daily is my go-to resource for all things interest rate related. Very flat here. 30-year fixed, 6.76%. Our jumbos, which we're going to look at a jumbo today, any loan amounts over $802,000, 6.92. Our government loans, 6.18 on FHA, 6.2 on VA. So very, very flat. I want to go to another screen here. White House. I haven't updated it yet. We'll update it next week once we're in April. If you guys remember, right before the election, we did a White House special where we looked at 3 homes for sale that were identical and they were all white. We took one of those homes and we modeled out on an FHA loan what it looks like every month, so we can see how the changes in interest rates impact your ability to borrow. So if we look right the Saturday before the election, we were at 6.62 on an FHA loan. December 7th, after the election, rates came down to the lowest point they've been since October at 6.12, saving you $172 a month. So pretty significant difference when you see how that interest rate impacts your payment. We go to January 11th, a month later, rates bumped back up to 6.55, bringing our monthly savings down to only $24, and then 6.3 in February, saving us $100 a month, and then 6.17 on March 8th, saving us $155. Now we just looked at Mortgage News Daily. We're at 6.18 today. So we are seeing rates stabilize. I mean, having interest rates month over month go up and down 0.5% wreaks havoc on the market. Imagine being a first-time home buyer in that $450 to $550 purchase price. That $170 is equivalent to about $30,000 in borrowing power. So maybe I can afford a house for $470,000 in December, but I can't afford it in January. So it's good to see rates stabilizing. That'll make for a very healthy market as we approach summer. All right, let's get caught up on chat here. We were all hiding in our storm shelters. Yeah, if you're watching from outside the area in Southwest Washington, we had a big storm alert. They said that we're going to get golf ball size hail. There's going to be tornadoes. I was worried about our cars, and it was a nothing burger. It rained a little bit, so that was good. It was good we didn't have a storm, but we were all hiding. That's correct. All right. You guys ready? So before we dive in, I had a client that was relocating from Portland, Idaho. And I am licensed in Oregon, Washington, Idaho, Wyoming. I heard an interesting fact. Do you know that in Wyoming there are only 2 escalators in the entire state? Not trying to get sidetracked here, but licensed in Wyoming, Montana, and Idaho. I love it when I get to work in states I don't work in very often because I get to meet new people. And I had the pleasure of meeting my client's real estate agent, Liz Phillips. And I got to tell you, one of the most professional, go-getter, great communicating agents I've worked with in a long time. So her and I have connected, and she sent me a home to feature today. In fact, we're only looking at 2 homes today. They were both sent over to me. I've been receiving more and more listings to feature. So keep doing that. Keep sending them to me. It's fun to feature homes that other people want to see. With that said, let's go look at Liz's listing here. We are going to 1197 North Cove Colony Way in Eagle, Idaho. 4 beds, 4 baths, 3,046 square feet. So pretty big home. in Idaho. Built in 2001, sits on 1 acre. I'm going to pull up the chat on my phone so I can see what you guys are saying here. Let's see what Liz has to say. Exquisite modern Cape Cod estate in Eagle's premier community. If you want to know more about the community and Eagle, Idaho, Liz gave me an in-depth tour of Idaho over the phone yesterday. So I'll make sure her info's in the description, but give her a call. She can tell you all about it. Private manicured 1 acre lot. Custom Residence makes a stunning statement with its wraparound veranda, mature landscaping, and extended paved driveway. Light-filled interiors showcase soaring ceilings, crisp white walls, designer fixtures, and upscale flooring throughout. Great room features custom shelving, so we'll take a look at that. Sleek gas fireplace, an elegant flow into gourmet kitchen. Quartz countertops, double ovens, oversized island, beautiful cabinetry. Main level primary retreat, freestanding tub, dual vanities, walk-in shower, custom barn doors open to a large front den. Upstairs, grand balcony leads to a spacious bedrooms with dormers. Bonus room. A separate main level guest suite ensures privacy for visitors. So we'll take a look at that too. And if you are relocating, what a great feature, right? You're going to want nice guest bedrooms because all your friends and family you're going to want them to come out and see it. Okay, RV boat gated storage area. So we'll take a look at that too. Let's look at the map here on exactly where we're at in Idaho. Okay, so we are very close to the Oregon border, just right outside Boise. Okay. You guys ready to look at some pictures? Now, for my regular viewers, you know this, but I typically don't preview these homes. I like to look at them for the first time with you guys, and I did that here. Mrs. Steinman's very excited. She's been hounding me. She wants to see this property, but I like to look at them live with you guys. I do preview briefly to prep for the stream, but for the most part, we're looking at these pictures for the first time together. All right, so right off the bat, I love the driveway. It's a level, flat driveway. Yeah, very nice curb appeal. Or stamped concrete. Now Liz wanted to be on the stream, but she is prepping for her open house. This house is being held open. So if you are out in Eagle, Idaho, stop by and say hi. Hopefully our stream did not freeze. Okay. So she can't be on the chat, but we'll ask her some questions and I'll have some answers for you next time. I can't tell if those are pavers or stamped concrete, but a very nice separate walkway up to the front door, separate from the driveway. Okay, inner entryway. Very fresh. Now this home was built in 2001. So I love to see, you know, how this home's been updated, if it's been updated, but you can tell right away, updated floors. Now that looks like engineered hardwoods up the stairs. That's really nice. Oh, cool. Look at that barn door. Big slider, unique barn door. Not just one you pick up at Costco, right? Big window above the front door, bringing in lots of light. Looks like a really wide entry. Okay, so this looks like off of the front door we have a office area. front room with bay window. Very nice. I'm going to go back to that picture here. Okay, so a couple other things I noticed here. You guys know me, I love millwork around the windows. Especially on a home on this age, it really helps the home age well. Having that extra woodwork around the windows, nice big baseboards, recessed lighting, those look like 9-foot ceilings to me. Okay, I'm not sure if that's natural gas or propane, but we do have a gas fireplace. I'm guessing it's natural gas. I like the size of this living room. You know, it's not too big. I like the shiplap around the fireplace. Very cool mantle with some built-in shelves there. Okay, so it is kind of a great room concept, but I like that the kitchen is a little bit separated from the living area. Okay. Those look like original cabinets, probably painted white, I would imagine. Maybe not, maybe they were white from the beginning, but nothing wrong with those. Stainless steel appliances, farm sink. I love the bay windows. How come you don't see bay windows in new construction anymore? Anybody know? I like the big island. Very nice. Very nice quartz. I gotta applaud Liz for having her pictures in order. Pretty view out the window. Yeah, I think so too. But the cost, I mean, it's sad that the builders don't put a little more design in some of these homes. A bay window can't add that much, right? Okay, so here's our main level primary. I like that they bring the hardwood floors in here. Very cool ceiling fan. Very nicely staged Hermes blanket. Wonder if we can negotiate the Hermes blanket in the sales contract. How cool are those floors? I know Mrs. Steinman is going, oh my God, I love those floors. To me, that looks like tile, but unique floors without being too polarizing. I like them. Like the freestanding tub. Again, another bay window in the master bath. Huge window. Really like it. Double vanity. Good size shower. Okay. So guest bedroom number 2. Ceiling fan. Okay, so there's a attached bathroom to this bedroom as well. Very nice. Same tile floor. Bedroom number 3. Good sized bedrooms. Bedroom number 4. Nice guest bath. So this is the loft area looking down on the living area. Big utility room. Okay, so here's that bonus room Liz had in the description. Good sized bonus room. Be a great place for a pool table. All right, covered back patio. Good size slab. Love the fence. Our drone shot. I love that driveway, how it's tucked in behind the house. Beautiful house today. I'm sure you're going to be very busy. All right, let's look at some numbers. Hopefully the stream's not frozen. Okay, so went pretty simple on this one. We're going to look at 20% down jumbo. So a jumbo loan is any loan amount over $802,000. So at a purchase price of, let me make sure that's right. Yep, $1,299,900. 20% down puts our loan amount at $1,039,000. Just getting a thumbs up from the audio engineer that our stream's still good. We're not frozen. Okay. So just over $1 million. Interest rate, again, all the interest rates we're using come straight off of Mortgage News Daily. So the national average for jumbo loans today is 6.92. Let's break down that payment. This is what I want to show you guys. So our principal and interest, $68.62. Look at these property taxes, $299 a month. It was like $3,800 a month for property taxes. A home like that in Southwest Washington, you're looking at probably $10,000 a year, easily, depending on what neighborhood you're in. So very attractive property taxes, and that really helps too with affordability. For every $60 a month in payment, it equates to roughly $10,000 in purchase price. So property taxes at $300 compared to $600, you know, that's equivalent to $70,000, $80,000 in borrowing power. And I don't know about you guys, but I'd much rather be having my payment goes towards my house than the property taxes. Homeowners insurance, around $125 a month, depending on what neighborhood, what insurance company you choose and what coverages you elect. Connection going in and out a little bit. Bear with me, guys. Running off of my hotspot. So homeowners insurance, $125 a month for a total payment of $72.86. Now, if we compare that to a conforming, so if we want to stay away from jumbos, we would need to put a little bit more down. So if we compare the two to get to $802,000 loan amount, our interest rate would be 6.76. So not a big difference between the two, considering how much money you're saving in down payment. Our total payment would be $56.34. If we're putting 20% down, our out-of-pocket expense is $270,000 compared to $508,000 on the conforming option. So about a $1,650 difference between conforming and non-conforming. but quite a bit difference with cash out of pocket. Okay. Thank you very much for sending that over, Liz. I hope you have a very successful open house. Please send over more listings. I think there's a lot of interest in Idaho and in Clark County and in Portland Metro. So keep sending over listings you think would be fun for us to take a look at on the stream. All right, house number 2, and then we're going to get out of here. I have a 12-year-old ready to jam, ready to hit Vegas. Okay, let's do it. This home was sent over, well, before we dive into it, we're going to go to Washougal. And I didn't have this for Idaho, but if you guys have been watching long enough, you know that it's hard to look at statistics for the entire county when you're looking to buy a home because they vary so much from neighborhood to neighborhood. So Gavin sends over these neighborhood reports. So the next house we're gonna look at is in Washougal. There are currently 86 homes for sale in Washougal. The median list price for Washougal is $900,000 compared to our pending price at $967,000. So it's interesting that the homes that are going pending have a higher list price than the homes that are than the average list price for Washougal. So that might kind of help shape the way you're going to negotiate. The median sold price is $675,000. So Uva sent over this house this week. And again, I didn't look too deep into it. I like to do it live with you guys for the first time. But what a beautiful picture. It's like your cabin in the woods, right? We are going to 37935 Northeast Vernon Road in Washougal. 4 beds, 3 baths, 2340 square feet. This home is listed by Cheney Comfort. Cheney has done a lot of business with our office. We're pretty familiar with her. She's a veteran real estate agent. Let's see what Cheney has to say. A once-in-a-lifetime riverfront sanctuary, tucked away in its own little paradise. I feel like I'm reading a book. This enchanting retreat is just steps away from the Washougal River, thoughtfully updated. It blends modern comfort with pure magic. Gather in the stunning oversized kitchen, soak in the warmth of wood-burning stove, and feel at home in every cozy corner with the serene Washougal River passing through a work of art. Now, guys, if this was written by ChatGPT, this agent's using it the right way. We don't have a lot of details yet at this point in the description of the house, but very fun, well-written description. The main house, so there must be a guest house, offers 3 serene bedrooms and 2 full baths, just steps out the door, 2 more rooms and private spaces. Perfect for hobbies, work, creative escapes. Okay, so it was a fun description, but I didn't get a whole lot out of it as far as details go. So let's dive into the pictures and see if we can see what's going on. Beautiful shot of the river. You could be catching steelhead right out your back door. Man, you can't get much closer to the river than that. Love the big windows. Okay, so this is our front door, tile entry, very cool tile. Man, built-in cabinets in the entry. Built-in bench with storage, coat hooks. What a cool entryway. Like almost like a mudroom through your front door. There's another door going into the kitchen, looks like. I wonder, yeah. Wow, look at that kitchen. I don't typically like this, but I like the no cabinets, no tall cabinets, no cabinets up high. Just a very clean tile backsplash all the way to the ceiling. Beautiful windows, black windows. Looks like quartz, and I love the cabinets. Very custom. Big tiles. Love the wood ceiling. Slightly vaulted. Wow. Oh, good morning, Ryan. Check out this house, Ryan. What do you think? This is incredible. That tile goes through the living area. Wood burning stove in the corner. Look at the view of the river out those windows. I don't think I would own a TV downstairs. Right? A TV would just totally ruin the whole point of this room. Wow. All right, guys, I'm no longer moving to Idaho. I'm going to move to Washougal. Love the beams. It's like the painted beams with the natural wood is a very cool look. Okay, office area with the slider out back. Looks like a restroom off the office area. A full bath, full bath. I love the tile work in here and that quartz counter. And again, Cheney did a great job with these pictures, having them in order. I can't tell you how frustrating it is running a live stream, looking at listings where the pictures are out of order. You don't know where you're at in the house. I think that really helps people walk through your listing online. All right, again, cool tiles on the stairs. Wow, look at this master bath. Full deck overlooking the river. Very cool vaulted ceilings. Here's our primary bath. Freestanding tub. Like the bullet windows, like the millwork. There's a sauna in there. Okay, so bedroom number 2. I see, it looks like there's a loft in this bedroom. I see the staircase over here, or ladder, going up to that loft area. Let's see if there's, oh yeah, there's, look at that. Cool loft. What a great kids' room. Another living area. And here's bedrooms 3 and 4. Drone shot. Nice pick, Uva. Wow, what a cool listing. Good morning, Nathan. I agree with you, Uva. That seems like a reasonable price. 1 acre, riverfront, beautiful remodel, no changes needed. I wouldn't touch a thing of that house. And I do think, you know, right at $1 million, I think that's a very fair price. All right, let's look at some numbers on this house. So again, kept this one simple. 20% down versus 400,000 down. Purchase price is $1 million. 6.76. Again, that's the national average for a 30-year fixed conforming rate as of yesterday. If we do a payment breakdown, $465 for property taxes, not too bad. With 20% down, our principal and interest would be $51.94, $38.95. If we're going to roll more equity over, let's say we're selling maybe our starter home or our second home moving out to Washougal, we want to roll over a lot of equity, $400,000 down, we're at $38.95. Homeowners insurance around $125 a month. So all in, with 20% down, we're at $57.84 or $44.85 with $400,000 down, with either $213,000 or $413,000 out of pocket. $1,300 difference between those two. And in a house like this, I'm probably rolling all my equity over. I don't need any. I don't need to use any of that equity for updating or a remodel. You know, the one thing I didn't see on that house is I didn't see a garage or a shop. So maybe I would want to hold back some money and build a garage or shop. But yeah, very nice. 30 minutes to Portland, not bad. It would also be a very interesting short-term vacation rental. Speaking of vacation rentals, did you guys see my stream last week with the Jurassic Park house? Pretty neat. All right, guys, we're right at time. I'm going to end a little early today. Go get the girls some breakfast, maybe brunch. Go do some shopping. I ordered some new clothes, summer clothes for Vegas, so I didn't look like a bum. I ordered them a week ahead of time. They literally arrived at my house when I got to the airport. So I have no clothes, so we're going to go do some shopping. Go have some fun. Enjoy our spring break. I hope you guys do the same. Ryan, thanks for joining us. Uva, thanks for sending over that listing. If you're watching this from Idaho, go say hi to Liz today in her open house. 2 beautiful homes. Keep the listings coming. Send me stuff you guys want to see, questions you guys have, and we'll cover it. Next week, you get to see my new sign. We'll be back in my home studio. Maybe, maybe not. I think we're at the coast next week. So you'll get to see it soon. Guys, go have a great spring break. I'm here if you need me. Info in the description. We'll see you guys next week on the My Mortgage Hound. Bye, everybody.